When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, nothing is going wrong. Nothing is going wrong. You just call out my name, and you know
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Really here just to sit and chat with y'all because I got a book haul. I had a care package sent to me, and also I'm killing time. Really, killing a stone with two birds. Oh. Killing a bird. Oh. Killing two birds with one stone because I'm waiting for our favorite reoccurring character to show up in the vlog. Really quickly though, I ended up finishing I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. Y'all, I told y'all I was in a book slump, and I am out. I am out thanks to this. Incredible. I think it plays with your expectations a bit because you're constantly wondering what's happening and you don't get any of the answers, but there's a rush of so many other factors involved, philosophical ones. I was going to try and update you in the middle where a young girl finally leaves the bunkers and enters the outside world. The whole Plato's cave and how harsh is the light, what is nature, how does woman envelop herself again in a brave new world, so to speak. But in that, so much of what we wish to happen doesn't. Everything sours and our expectations are played. It just leads us and pummels us to this very, very incredibly sad, bizarre end. In the back of my mind, I knew the ending, or I knew why the world was set up the way that it was, why it was so quiet, why it was so desolate, why it seemed empty of something. You're given the answer at the end, still with many more questions to be asked, but you get it, and it makes so much more sense, and I'm led back to the very first sentence of the book again, and I want to reread it given the knowledge at the end, because when you have the knowledge at the end, you're begged to reread the book because it reframes the world. Is this a man's world or is this a woman's world? I think that's what's really compelling about this. But yes, if you need something to get you out of your slump, everyone was right about this. I had such a great time. It succeeds in destroying a slump because you're not really sure where it leads up to, and there's always this like anxious, eerie nature to the book. There never seems to ever be like good ground to be on. Everything is so unnerving and feels like the ground could collapse underneath you in every direction. That's what's so thrilling about this book, but it's very much a slow thriller because it's so quiet. Anyway, really good. Okay, and then I just finished on audio They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us by Hanif Abdurraqib, and oh my god, whatever I'm about to say will just show up in the wrap-up, so I just want to say the most important essay collection in terms of the Black identity, understanding pain. I always feel like it's so hard to put yourself in another person's shoes, but here, simultaneously, switching between art and life and writing in between it to mend it all together, to make sense of why art speaks to life and life speaks to art. It's done so well here in a collection of essays that range from love, death, race, connection, written with such passion. And there's this like visceral intensity to it where it almost feels like spoken word the way that he reads it out loud. And this book should be experienced on audiobook because Hanif is such an incredible speaker as he is a writer. But it is mandatory reading, I think. I think if you want to know why music is important or understand why certain musicians and the history and origin of things are important to the Black identity, incredible, phenomenal, like no other words. What I also found so rich about this is that it's current. There's a great range between Chance the Rapper to Carly Rae Jepsen, notes on Prince, Whitney Houston, Nina Simone. It's just such a wonderful collection. He has such a finger on the pulse of musical culture that it's just like, wow. Wow. Anyway, loved this so much. And also, if anyone has Spotify, this is available as an audiobook on Spotify. What I also really enjoyed about it is that in between the essays, he gives his own, like, notes. Because it seems like he recorded this sometime after the publication of the book. He butts in between these essays to talk about, oh, I wish I had changed this or that, or I decided to keep it the way that it was. He interjects organically, so it's very conversational as well. If you're looking for a good essay collection / memoir, top of your list, this one. It'll make you care about music, and it'll make you care about people and life. Alright, let's get into the book haul, shall we? And look at that. Look at my brother doing the good work and like making sure all of my books come in wonderful condition. We have this. Let's see. Ah yes, I've heard some bit about this. Wonderful. Simon & Schuster, thank you so much for sending this over. This is Loca by Alejandro Heredia. 1999, and best friends Sal and Charo are striving to hold on to their dreams in a New York City determined to grind them down. Sal is a book-loving science nerd trying to grow beyond his dead-end job in a new city, but he's held back by tragic memories from his past in Santo Domingo. Free-spirited Charo is surprised to find herself a mother at 25, partnered with a controlling man, working at the same supermarket for years. Her world shrunk to the very domesticity she thought she'd escape by leaving her old country. Ooh, what does Alexander Chi say? This asks, how do we find each other and love each other, see each other, save each other? And this novel answers, again and again, like this. What let it be known, Alexander Chi. If there's one person I trust in the MFA circles, and sort of being in and outside of those circles, like being up there in New York, but also like being down on the ground in the graduate classes, Alexander Chi. I think he's always in such interesting spaces. I trust him. I trust the man and his voice. Excited to get to this. Let's pick through these. Okay, let's go through this first. This is the Imagine Life by Andrew Porter. Thank you to Knopf for sending this over. I like Andrew Porter. I think he's sort of the modern-day Raymond Carver, which is so weird to say because Carver's already modern, so it's like... Anyway, suburban life, family life, and here's a novel. I read his short story collection, The Disappeared, 1-2 years ago. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and I just love his writing. It's really sparse. It really is about the individual in family settings and family relationships, and I just love the psyche, the power structures that are dealt with, and he just has this great way of writing normal life, but in a really interesting way. Stephen Mills has reached a crossroads. His wife and son have left, and they may not return, which leaves him determined to find out what happened to his own father, a brilliant, charismatic professor who disappeared on a wave of ignominy in 1984 when Steve was 12. Love that. Gonna do that. Okay. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I've had this on my shelf for forever. I just wanted a more, like, criticism. So I have Henry Miller's The Books in My Life. My old sugar daddy gave this to me as a Christmas gift? Birthday gift? I forget. It was a gift. For the longest time I put it off because I was just like, There was a time in life that I was 1 part ashamed of, 2 parts found whimsical and strange, and I'm just like, that happened to me. But I was just like, you know what? Let me do this. Because I feel like, well, I am still immature as hell. But I feel like I'm a more mature reader than I was when I first met him. And I'm here with this now, and I'm going to do it. I just don't feel like it needs to collect dust anymore. And yeah, we're here with it. He was great, though. He and I think, both loved Murakami when he was making the rounds and becoming really popular with those really cool, dare I say it, vintage copies and editions with, you know which ones I'm talking about, the beautiful ones. There's only one series of beautiful ones. All the rest are ugly. But he introduced to me also Virginia Woolf and Muriel Spark. It was because of him also that I went full on to take a Virginia Woolf class in my undergrad. So anyway, there's that. Didn't I have another book in my hands? I guess not. Okay, these ones. So if y'all remember, I read this earlier in the year, I think in January. I like Alex. He has a Substack. He posts poetry. He's sort of the great gay dime square poetry writer. There's just this slick, slacker style to his writing that is so concurrent with the world. It deals with the malaise of the now. He's really good at it. It's very much like, oh, this is happening and that is happening. What is one to do with life? And there's this fun richness to it, and it's very light and frothy, if you will. I've been thinking about this a lot, actually, because I do hate how the world is burning, but there doesn't seem to be much action occurring. We're on our phones, we see something bad happen, and then the next picture is of someone's brunch, or of a dog, or an ad. You're left to wonder, like, what the hell am I supposed to do? He captures that so brilliantly. And my issue at hand is, like, is this what we're supposed to be doing? Just moving through our days, just looking at stories, looking at the horrible, looking at the good, looking at the dumb, and then just go about our days? Aren't we supposed to be more than that? Aren't we supposed to be out there in the streets doing something bigger and greater than ourselves in order to help those that aren't? You know, I'm saying all of this, seeing that the Department of Homeland Security has swept people off the streets, have taken them away, kidnapped them, essentially. Students of, Columbia? I don't know. And so, I've been thinking about this collection a lot because it takes that laissez-faire approach. So I think as a book that captures perfectly how we move about the world is so funny to me, but it's also such a neglect as well. And I've been thinking about this as one of my top reads of the year because it's something that could be reread constantly, but it also just captures now so perfectly. And yeah, I'm just like, oh yes, what did I see recently? I just watched No Other Land recently, and near the end of the film, let me get this. The end of No Other Land, which is about a Palestinian and Israeli friend, essentially. They're both activists in their own right, and the Palestinian friend, he has his village essentially destroyed right in front of him and continues to be destroyed until it becomes absolutely nothing, only to find that a training army base was set up there to sort of remove this little village off the map as a ways to prevent these Palestinians, to stop them from developing more homes and just a place to live, essentially. But near a moment of hopelessness, one of them asks, somebody watches something, they're touched, and then? And I've been thinking about that question a lot, the and then what? And so what? With every measure that I don't take on, I just want to go out there and do something. Because I just feel like, I don't know, what is there to do? Am I supposed to be doing something? What more can I do? I've donated, I've shared posts, what am I supposed to do? What I hope is that we can always try and put ourselves in each other's shoes, in sharing all these books as well. When you put yourself in the shoes of all these people in these books, it is really an act of care and love, and in making sure that you understand all sides of a story. I'm so sick and tired of seeing things from one side. And so it is important, especially the job of the writer, to look from all perspectives, to look and understand from all perspectives. What an awful segue, because the next book I have to talk about is Christina Steed's The Man Who Loved Children. What a crazy title. Sam and Henry Pollitt have too many children, too little money, and too much loathing for one another. I'm going to leave it at that. It's a family drama. Christina Steed is an Australian writer. I've never really read anything from Australia, so I really want to do this. I've also had this on my shelf for as long as I've had this. So I just feel like I should get to it. It's a chunky one and has really mixed reviews. People either think it's absolutely crazy and outrageous, and people think it's utterly awful. So I wonder what camp I swing towards. And yeah, if you've read this, let me know what you think of it. Just really excited to do this, finally, because it's just been sitting on my shelf, so. That's basically it. I'm about to have dinner with our very special recurring guest, and then I'm gonna go out, and it should be a big hoo-ha. Very excited. I'll keep y'all posted. Oh my god, back so soon. I totally forgot to talk about a book. Last book, I swear. My friend Juke, who actually designed the cover of my book and the layout as well. Yes, I have a novella out, Adolescence Leaves. Don't y'all go run out and buy all of them. But I do have a book out. It's available in my link downstairs. But he designed it all. He's based in New York, and he got me this. So special. He really outdid himself with this. Amazing. Incredible. Oh, cute. Okay. Here I have this cute little stapled zine, Supreme, by Larry Clark. He had an exhibition. Yeah, just like put out this cute little zine. Some words, an interview. These were original prints, and it's just really nice to have this. Thank you, Drew. I love you. If you're watching this. Get you friends who go to exhibitions for you around the world. Send you the paper paraphernalia. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Nothing is going right.
It's your favorite reoccurring character.
I'm back. That should be your little hook at the beginning. I'm back.
Darkest night, you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh, yeah.
Is that what you got? Huh? You're gonna have to shoot us with a gun because we just started dinner. Yes?
I like this wrinkle.
What's wrong?
Hey, how's it going? Speaking to you in this AM to close out the vlog. Had some Bill Evans going on. Got my morning coffee here. Haven't done my morning pages yet. About to do it. But wanted to leave you final thoughts on Open Heaven by Sean Hewitt. Just finished it the other day. It was so good. Just like, gay sapphic yearning. Just done brilliantly, exploring all the shameful parts of intimacy with a person you want to call your best friend and ends up not being, but is so important to you into your own becoming, what that is. And though the end offers something that feels so fictional, one that I think aids or gives sincerity or security to what we don't ever have in our actual lives. It's a story set in this like tiny little village north of England about James, who falls in love with Luke. James is this really quiet boy, and Luke is a little rugged, rough around the edges, has some daddy issues. Yeah, they form this friendship, which becomes a love interest for James. And it's completely one-sided, so in that, like, call me by your name kind of way, in that coming-of-age kind of way, a lot of that love just exists in your interiority. And how funny that is sometimes, that, like, when you are in love with somebody, you think it's shared, or it's supposedly shared, right? But most of it exists in your head. It's that dance of taking it out of your head, having it in your head, the in and out constantly. For someone as young and impressionable as James, and for someone who's a bit shy too, it's devastating. It's completely devastating. But in the smallest teen angsty kind of way. Just like checked all the boxes of a great sapphic gay yearning book, and I'm always after a book that will make me hate A Separate Piece by John Knowles more and more. Awful book, A Separate Piece, John Knowles. I mean, I should really revisit it. Queer Baity. That is a queer baity book that I had to read in high school, and I was so upset that, like, they never got together. Upsetting! Ugh, God, blue balling you throughout the entire book. Also, if anyone's ever read John Knowles, I don't know if he's written any other books. I've just been so angry at that book since high school that I'm just like, no. Never will I ever go to your other work because of that one book. But yeah. Alright. That's the end. As always, don't forget, I'm a Black Mills affiliate, so if you enjoyed me talking about any of these books in this vlog, did I talk about any books in this vlog? Who knows? Yeah, consider using my affiliate link downstairs, or for any of your other bookish needs. Alright, be well. Good work. Keep in touch.